Okay, time to start. May I ask my panelists to take a seat, please? We will need you very much. Okay. Thank you. So I hope the audio is fine for all of you. You can hear me okay? We are now starting. Good morning to everybody, and thanks for being on time. It's 9:30 in the morning. It's not something you can take for granted, but thank you very much for being here. My name is Ilaria Conti, and I'm moderating this hub session on sector coupling and LNG markets. We will provide an update, as the title says, and particularly during the first part, which will relate to this new buzzword, somebody says, sector coupling, we will try to define what is at stake, what sector coupling means, particularly what the impact on the future of gas market can be. We will do this with the help of our panelists. Each of them will have a 15-minute presentation, and then we will have a panel to discuss. And your questions will be very much welcome, because as you will understand, sector coupling is at the moment just a little bit more than a concept, than an idea. And there are no wrong ideas, there are no wrong contributions, remarks, questions. So actually this is, it would be, I think, and I hope, a good opportunity to discuss. But let's first take a quick look to what sector coupling means, at least in our knowledge so far. There is no existing definition, clear definition of sector coupling, but we understand that at least in the debate taking place in Brussels and in Madrid, where the main gas regulatory forum takes place, the general understanding is that sector coupling means the coupling of electricity and the gas sectors. Then sector integration means instead the integration of electricity and gas with other sectors. But since I work for the Florence School of Regulation, which is an academic entity, what we do, we start looking at literature. And in fact, the only definition I could find comes from the Imperial College of London from last year, which doesn't talk about sector coupling, but talks about multi-energy systems. And that's in fact the concept. The concept is that in the future, we will see a more and more integrated energy system, where basically we will stop talking about commodities. We will stop talking about electricity and gas or coal, oil separately, and we will think in terms of energy carriers. So it doesn't really matter how the energy is generated. What is more important is its use, and that it is used in a flexible way, an integrated way. So combined with other generation sources. Flexibility, as you can easily understand, will be the key word. But how to obtain that flexibility is still an open question. The integration of electricity and gas will have to happen with other sectors that are directly related. So mainly transport, heating, and energy-intensive processes. But the whole discussion started and is now flourishing in Madrid, as I said. There is the Gas Regulatory Forum organized by the European Commission twice a year now. And here you can see that the agenda is really observing decarbonization as the main European energy policy target, which could sound a bit strange just 2 or 3 years ago, having in the main agenda for the Gas Regulatory Forum decarbonization as the main target, but that's a fact, and that's reality right now. Sector coupling and sector integration and how to achieve them and what are the obstacles that should be overcome are also take also a big part of the agenda. Power to gas as a new technology is being discussed quite extensively. And there's a general call for upgrading the European gas system in infrastructure, governance, and regulatory terms. And also a special chapter is dedicated to the role of the new gases, such as hydrogen, biogas, and biomethane, synthetic methane. Why? Because sector coupling also entails a greater collaboration between electricity and the decarbonized gas sector. And these are the so-called decarbonized gases. But in fact, sector coupling is meant to repair also what are the existing challenges coming from the electricity sector and the gas sector. And just to cut a long story short, now that we have achieved, we may say, a well-functioning electricity and gas market, and there are still some remaining issues, sector coupling could be intended as the solution or the patch to make them work even better. How to make sure that it's not just a marriage but a happy marriage? By considering with great attention what the role of the new gases could be, how they could really help this energy transition. Of course, there has been a lot of speculation in the last months about an upcoming regulatory package. It was supposed to come out in 2020. Now it seems that it will be a bit postponed. Maybe it will not be just on gas, but it will also include electricity. So we don't have much information. What we know is that there are a lot of expectations about what it will include. And we can definitely hope and expect that sector coupling and the future role of gases will be part of it. Just as a proof, we discussed about these topics also in Madrid just 15 days ago. And let me just conclude with some little promotion. The Florence School of Regulation is deeply engaged in this discussion, particularly on sector coupling. We developed the first and only platform collecting all existing information on sector coupling, papers, articles. We have more than 50 contributions already. So if you're interested after today in going more in depth on this topic, I invite you to take a look to our website. And there you will also find all the information on our related activities. We organize workshops, online debates, and other discussion on the issue of sector coupling. And all of this is organized in cooperation with the European Commission, who is bringing the debate forward. Thank you very much for your attention, and I look forward to a fruitful debate.